If you think finding diamonds in the Hunter Call of the Wild is just about grinding, you're missing a ton of them. You probably already have diamonds on your map right now. You just haven't found them. I've been playing Call of the Wild for over 8 years, and I have over 5,000 diamonds to date. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to find them. Now, before we get into where to look, you need to know what you're actually looking for. So we're going to talk about what a diamond is. Every animal has a score based off of its size. That's its trophy rating. When that score passes a certain threshold, it becomes a diamond. And every species has its own requirements. But when you're actually hunting, this is what matters most. Animals spawn in at different levels, and the highest levels have the best chance at being diamonds. So when you're checking zones, you're looking for max level animals and sometimes one level below max. For species that go to level 3 or level 5, one level below max can make diamond pretty consistently. So for those, you definitely want to be checking both. So for animals that go to level 3, you want to check levels 2 and level 3. And for animals that go to level 5, you want to check levels 4 and 5. But for species that go to 9 legendary, most of the time they need to actually be a 9 in order to make diamond. It is supposed to be possible, but that doesn't mean it happens very often, because it definitely does not. And of course, there are a few exceptions, but not very many. So the rule is always check for max levels, and for levels 3 and 5, always check the level below as well. Now, every brand new map already has diamonds on it. They're just hiding. Finding diamonds is really just a game of hide and seek. You just need to know where to look. So when I am searching for a specific diamond, this is exactly what I do. I'm not just wandering around hoping to get lucky, I'm following a system. So step 1, the first thing I do is figure out exactly where that species lives on the map. And the easiest way to do that is by using a hotspot map. Okay, so just come on in here to my Discord. It is free to join. Scroll down until you get to Ladies Hotspot Maps. Now, there is a channel here for every map in the game. Now, say we're looking for a diamond whitetail in Layton Lakes. We're going to click on Layton, and then we're going to scroll through until we find whitetail, and there's our hotspot map. It's as easy as that. So you can just leave that open, or you can take a screenshot or a photo with your phone, and then you have that map to easily reference. Now you know where to look for zones. So once you've looked up the hotspot map, now you're not guessing anymore. Now you know exactly where to go. Next, you want to check every water source where that species can drink during their drink time. And I mean every spot. Now, according to the hotspot map, whitetail are found basically on the left half of the map, and they can be at any source of water, including this dot right there. I'm serious. There can be drink zones there. So they all need to be checked if you want to find that diamond. And look at that. There is a big old buck, but not big enough. Now, when you do spot animals, you want to take your time and spot absolutely every male in the zone. This is where a lot of people mess up. When you find animals, don't just shoot, spot all of them. Every single male, take your time, make sure you get eyes on all of them. Remember, it's usually the diamond that shows up last and disappears first. Okay, so you'll notice when we first spotted these whitetail, we only saw 3 of them, but now I have actually gone from here. I've circled around so that I can see the zone better, and there are definitely more whitetail in there. So definitely take your time, make sure you spot absolutely every single animal so that you don't miss any diamonds or trophies. And actually, one of these does is piebald. Too bad it's not this nice book. So basically, you want to check absolutely every water source where whitetail can drink, and make sure that it is during whitetail drink time. Once you have done that, if you have still not found the trophy that you're looking for, what I would then recommend is that you either do one of 2 things. You can go to another map that has whitetail and hunt their hotspots, look up that hotspot map and hunt that map, or you can do the exact same thing in Layton Lakes, but do it on a multiplayer server. And if you keep repeating this process, you will eventually find that diamond that you're looking for. It's just a matter of time. This is thoroughly checking. That's what we're doing. If it's there, we're gonna find it. Now, once you've found animals, this is how you can tell if one is actually worth shooting. Now, you're going to need 3 points in spotting knowledge in order to be able to see the trophy estimate. Now, diamond for whitetail is 255.09. Now, whenever that number falls within the estimate, whether it's a level 2 or a level 3, it could be a diamond. This is a diamond potential whitetail, and one you definitely want to shoot and take a good shot. Now, if the estimate falls below the diamond trophy rating, then it's a guaranteed diamond. So for example here, this whitetail is 268 to 309. So this estimate means that the smallest that this whitetail can possibly be is 268. And because 255 falls below 268, this is 100% a guaranteed diamond. Now, when the estimate doesn't reach diamond, when its top number is below the diamond trophy rating, it's a guaranteed troll. It cannot make diamond. And this is for level 2s and level 3s for whitetail. So basically, this estimate means that the largest this whitetail can be is 234, and that is smaller than diamond, which is 255. So it's a guaranteed troll. Now, it can only be a guaranteed troll if it is a level 3. If it's a level 2, it's just a big whitetail that wasn't big enough for diamond. Okay, we're quickly going to go over proper shot placement when you do find a potential trophy. Now, the easiest and best shot you want to take, if at all possible, is a broadside shot. Basically, you want to aim halfway up the body, just behind the shoulder blade. Right there. If you go for that shot, that is going to give you the greatest chance at getting a vital. Okay, so now we're going to go over the most important skills and perks for finding diamonds. Now, there are actually 2 skills that are imperative for finding diamonds, and they are under ambusher skills. The first one is spotting knowledge. You definitely do want 3 points in spotting knowledge. Without spotting knowledge, when you spot any animal, you're not going to know their trophy estimate. So that is imperative for finding diamonds. So at level 1, this reveals additional info about how aware the animal is of nearby threats. At level 2, reveals info about the approximate health of the animal. And at level 3, reveals info about the approximate trophy rating and the weight of the animal. And the other one is under stalker skills, and that is track knowledge. Now, track knowledge is important. It's not as important as spotting knowledge, but it definitely will still help you to find diamonds. So at level 1, this reveals information about an animal's gender when investigating footprints and vocalizations. At level 2, reveals information about the approximate animal group size when investigating need zone tracks and an animal's approximate health when investigating blood trails. And at level 3, reveals info about an animal's approximate weight when investigating footprints and fur type when investigating disturbed vegetation. And it's level 3 that you need. Now, whenever you pick up a max weight track, you definitely don't want to track every max weight track in the game. That would waste a pile of your time. But when it is smart to follow a max weight track is when you find a track for predators. Most predators, their max weight tracks will lead you to either a large level 7, an 8 mythical, or a 9 legendary. And actually, I think 6 out of the 7 diamond red fox that I have, not from grinding, that I just hunted for, came from tracks. So it definitely will help you to find those small predators. Any predators, really. But let's say you were to pick up a max weight red deer track. That's going to lead you to also a level 7, level 8, or level 9, and there are a pile of those sizes of red deer, so it's just not worth your time to track a max weight red deer. But a red fox, it definitely is. So then we have some supporting skills and perks. These don't directly help you to find diamonds, but they definitely make it a lot easier. And one is definitely soft feet. This is going to reduce the noise that you generate when moving through foliage, such as grass and leaves, and also through larger vegetation such as bushes and shrubs at level 2. Another one you'll want is improvised blind. This is going to further decrease your visibility when inside large bushes and shrubs, making it easier to sneak up on potential diamonds. And sight spotting is one you definitely want. That's under ambusher skills, and this unlocks the ability to spot animals while in aim mode with any weapon. I could not live without sight spotting. And then under rifle perks, you definitely want 3 points in breath control. This is going to make it way easier to take the perfect shot once you do find a potential trophy. Then there is zeroing, and I would definitely recommend 2 points in zeroing, and this is a perk that needs to be activated. Now, you can only activate 1 skill or perk at a time, and this is the one that I always run with. Basically, what this does is it allows you to take the perfect shot from any distance. So when you do not have zeroing, you will always be automatically zeroed to mid-range. So for the Arzina 300 here, I would automatically be zeroed to 150 meters. But if I wanted to shoot a whitetail that was, say, over here about 300 meters away, when I go to shoot, without zeroing, I would basically shoot underneath the whitetail. But once I zeroed to 300 meters, and the animal is 300 meters away from me, basically the bullet is going to hit exactly where the crosshairs are, allowing you to take the perfect shot. You can also zero down and take closer shots 0 to 75 meters. So I absolutely could not live without the zeroing perk. Another really good one is steady hands. This decreases wobble when in aim mode with any weapon. And under shotgun perks, I would recommend 3 points in recoil management. This is going to give you way less recoil when firing any weapon, making it much easier to take follow-up shots. This is definitely a must-have, especially for grinders. So not all of these will help you to find diamonds directly, but they will make it much easier to actually get them. These are exactly what I run with when I'm trophy hunting. Now, one thing I want to mention is when you are out and searching for those diamonds, if you are not seeing any animals at all, what I would actually recommend that you do is just simply exit to the main menu and come back. I know it works because that's what I do every time I get to a zone on my boar grind. And every time I exit to the main menu and come back, not every time, but I'd say like 95% of the time, once I leave and come back, the animals are there waiting for me. So it works really well. Now, another way to get diamonds is through grinding. Now, you don't have to grind in order to find a diamond. You can absolutely go out and hunt for one. But if you would prefer to grind, you can definitely do that. So let's say you wanted to grind out your first diamond whitetail. What I would recommend doing is first find all of your drink zones so that you do get consistent respawns. Then you can simply set up on 8 zones with 2 tents, a shooting tent, and a pickup tent. So there's my shooting tent and there's my pickup tent, and I have another one over here. And then shoot the 2 biggest males from each zone and just rotate those 8 zones over and over, and you should get a diamond in around 100 to 150 kills. Most of the time, not always. It very much depends what is on your map aside from what you're grinding. But if you would like to set up a grind for any great one, I have many guides on how to do that. I will link the playlist in the description below. Now, if you're not finding diamonds, you might not be checking enough areas, you might be rushing zones, might be hunting the same spots. Most diamonds aren't hard to get, they're just really easy to miss. Now, in my last diamond guide, I did a section on avoiding wearing backpacks, but actually EW has updated backpacks since that video was made, so they're not nearly as loud as they used to be. Probably wearing one right now. Let me check. Have a small backpack on. But you can actually hunt with a large backpack on. It is definitely going to make you a little bit louder, but not nearly as loud as what they used to be. But honestly, if you're out looking for diamonds, I would recommend using a small backpack or no backpack at all, just to be on the safe side. Now, I did fully test backpacks after that update, and if you'd like to check that video out, I will leave the link here on the screen and in the description below. Now, if you feel like you're doing everything right and you're still not finding diamonds, you're definitely not alone. Most players are making a few small mistakes that completely kill their chances. The real reasons: number 1, you're not hunting the right areas. Most diamonds aren't in random spots. Just need to grab that hotspot map and check every single water source where they could possibly be, and be very thorough when checking. Remember to spot every single male in the zone. You're looking for max levels and 1 level below. Also, keep your eyes peeled for rares. And if you skip an area because it's a pain in the neck to get to, there's a good chance there could be something there waiting for you. Can't tell you how many times I've said, I'm just gonna check one more lake, because if I don't, I know something's gonna be there, and then I get there and there's actually something there. It happens. Reason number 2, you're not prioritizing water sources. You can absolutely just wander the map and you can run into diamonds, but you're going to have a much greater chance when you do hunt around water sources. Reason number 3, you're hunting at the wrong time. If you're hunting at random times, animals are spread out everywhere. It's harder to find anything, let alone diamonds. If you set the time for the species you want to find a diamond of, you're going to have a much greater chance of finding that diamond. Time is so important in this game, and I will give you a tip. When setting the time, say you're looking for a diamond whitetail here in Revontuli. Well, whitetail drink from 8 until 12, and if you're not sure when animals drink, again, you will find all of that information in my Discord. Now, when you want to change the time, you don't want to change it to 8 o'clock right at the beginning of whitetail drink time. Why? Because you'll start looking, and most of the time what you're going to see for a little while is absolutely nothing. I like to change the time to at least 1 hour into drink time. Most of the time, I actually change it to about halfway through. So for whitetail, I would actually change it to about 10 or 10:30. Now it is going to cost you more in time changes, but now most of the whitetail are going to be in their drink zones, and look at that. It's going to be a lot easier to find them. When you have the right time, the animals basically come to you. Reason number 4, you're moving too fast. And I definitely could be guilty of this sometimes. This is a big one for new players. If you're running everywhere, you're pushing animals away before you even see them. It is definitely still okay to run around the map. Otherwise, you're not going to cover a lot of ground. But I like to focus on drink zones. So what I do is I run towards water sources, and I always put a waypoint so I know how far it is away from me. So I will run up to about 190 meters, and then I will stop and start walking. Then I will start to spot. And when I find animals, I'm going to spot absolutely every single one. I am looking for a max level or one level below that is diamond potential. So while you're hunting a certain species, knowing their diamond trophy rating is really important. Now, if you don't pay attention and you just keep running, by the time you figure out that there's animals there's a good chance that they're going to be running in the other direction. So take your time when approaching water sources so you don't spook animals. And look at that, I spooked it. And that one has a pretty decent estimate. And remember that max level animals are always the first to spook and are always the last to show up to a zone. They are more timid and more cautious. That's how they get to be so big. And reason number 5 is you're not looking carefully enough. Now, diamonds don't glow. I wish they did. They look like every other animal until you actually spot them. A diamond can be right in front of you, and you could walk right by it. Definitely pay attention to those trophy ratings and spot absolutely everywhere. Another thing that's possible is when you're hunting for a certain species, before you shoot anything, spot the entire circumference of the lake. You could find a diamond of a different species in the area. That happens to me all the time. Reason number 6, you don't know what a diamond looks like yet. Now, we've been through that, so now you do, but not every big animal is a diamond, and some are guaranteed trolls. Reason number 7 is you haven't covered enough ground. Basically, what that means is you need to check everywhere. Now, if I'm hunting for a diamond whitetail here in Revontuli, they drink everywhere on the map except for the bottom 20%. That's a lot of water sources, and they all need to be checked. Now, here's a little tip. If you are hunting in multiplayer, look for maps with no zones. Those are brand new maps, and new maps always have trophies on them. That's what I do when I hit multiplayer. I look for the lowest level server possible. Now, that doesn't mean you can't find trophies on maps with lots of zones. It's just when you find a map that has no zones, you're guaranteed that there are going to be trophies on that map. And I love a guarantee. So if you're not finding diamonds yet, trust me, they're there. You just need to find them. Now, if you'd like to see me finding diamonds in action, watch this video next. I did this in the Every Diamond in the Game challenge. Thank you so much for watching.